Howdy y'all, Galator here. So I was sitting there, watching my boy Asmongold's video, when the McCuck crawled out of his cave and made some very interesting statements about people that want to replay or relive that classic WoW experience. Here's the clip.
2007. Those were the fucking days, man.
It's never gonna be like that. Like, I don't know why you guys... I don't know why everybody in the chat and everybody watching the stream, I don't know why you guys chase that feeling. Like, you know what you guys sound like sometimes? You guys sound like that really old dude's like 40s or 50s, like still trying to chase his high school football dream. Like, it's never going to happen. Like, you're never going to get to go back to those days. Like, there's too much information available now about games before they even come out. Like, you know how big the world is. You do comparisons on how big the world is compared to other games like Witcher 3 and other shit, dude. Like, it's never going to have that mystery, and that excitement's never going to come back, man. You're never going to get to play a game like that again, okay? So just drop it. It's never going to happen. You need to come to terms with that. It's pathetic.
It was a good time.
Alright, so now that you've seen the clip, you have Asmongold. He's your typical classic fanboy right now. I'm totally with him. You want to relive some of those experiences. You want to experience the things you missed because you were too young. And yeah, you're just really psyched for it. And then you have McDonald? I don't even remember his real name. And he's kind of your classic retail player right now. They think you can never recapture that vanilla experience. The only reason people want to play vanilla WoW is for nostalgia, and I'm not denying that's a fact. But he thinks that's the only motivation, and that's one of the big critiques people give of this. So what I'm going to do right now, for you McDonald, is I'm going to give you, and anyone else watching, 5 steps to recreate that vanilla experience. Because I believe, and have done, along with others, we've recaptured that feeling that made vanilla WoW what it is. So, off we go, I guess. Fuck, I don't know how to segue. Alright, so the first step is not to use a leveling guide. So, I know it's really easy to just like install Zygor, or pull up Jonah's classic WoW leveling guide, follow it step by step, hit 60 in like 2 weeks of game time. I get it's a grind, but I think you're missing the point of vanilla WoW. It was the experience. It was each step of the way that made it special, not the end goal. So here's what I'm recommending. Don't install a quest helper. Don't follow Jonah's classic WoW guide. And just play the game. Enjoy the moments, at least on your first character. After you've hit 60 and you want to level up your alts, I get it. You don't want to play through the same quests back to back, it's very repetitive, then download the guides. But for your first character on Alliance, and your first character on the Horde, if you're into that whole bi-faction thing, and after you've leveled up those characters, then download the guides. Get all your different classes up to 60, but really try to savor that experience of not having anyone hold your hand. Alright, so step 2, read the quest text. I'd recommend scrolling text, but I get that's not for everyone. This one kind of goes without saying since I said you can't have a quest guide, which means you're going to be forced to find where all that shit is in the game, and it is not where it makes sense. So read those quests carefully, and when you don't have the answer, that leads us right back into step 3. And step 3 is just don't look up shit online. I know that seems like a foreign concept, especially in this day and age of Wowhead, and just, you can, Google anything. But back in vanilla, you couldn't Google anything. You had Alakazam, which was, fairly reliable, but it was all just user posts. So sometimes people would post like folklore on how they think you might get items, quote unquote Ashbringer. But you just don't Google it. If you don't know, go to a main city, yell in general chat. Will people troll you? Hell yeah. But that's part of the vanilla experience. That's what we're trying to recreate here. So don't have a quest helper, read the quest text, and if you still can't figure it out, engage other players. Go into main cities, yell in general chat. There's going to be so many people playing, and here's what I've found from the vanilla community, is they are more likely than not going to try to help you, because they want people to enjoy the game. They want people to keep playing, because it's what, makes their servers healthy. So that's step 3. Step 4 is optional, but hey, hang on, I'm gonna go find out. find my shit. Alright. Buy yourself one of these. So mine is completely beat up, destroyed, but if you played Classic, you had one of these. You got it at GameStop, or your mom or dad did when you went to buy the game. This is the one I had from 2005. It's, you know, a piece of garbage, as you can tell at the moment. But if you've been watching my channel, this is what I've used to make all my dungeon quest guides. This is not original material. This was published by Brady Games with help from Blizzard. Oh god, over a decade ago. Jesus. But yeah, go pick up yourself a dungeon companion. Figure out the cool fucking gear you want. I mean, that's always fun. And enjoy the game. It'll teach you about the mobs. It'll tell you what else. Oh, just wait here. Do you need them? No. Do you want them? Hell yeah, you do. Just the original guides. These are so... Oh my god, look at this. Oh, wow. I feel like I need to read these comics. Oh, these were so good, man. Alright. That's another video unto itself. But pick up the guides. Instead of going on to Wowhead or Classic DB, just get the guide. It'll tell you at what levels you can get each of your abilities. Get the second guide, so it's after some of the patches have rolled out. But yeah, I mean, get some of the OG content. Try to avoid the internet, because that's what's going to make the game seem streamlined, overly simplified, and cookie cutter. Because yes, when you hit 60, are there cookie cutter specs or builds for every class type? Absolutely. That's how you maximize at the end game. Is that the goal of recreating that vanilla experience? No. If you're a progression endgame raider, I mean, you're not watching my video, one, to begin with, and two, I mean, it's going to be less fun. You're going to have this idea in your head of being like this hardcore endgame kind of player, and then you're going to realize you're not, and you've just wasted the whole time. You've been looking up guides like, oh, where do I put the next talent point? You know, what's the next zone to go to, etc. This will tell you where shit is. Get one of these guides, ask around. That's four. Get some of the OG quest helpers. None of this garbage online. And number 5 is to group up. It seems simple. You do it in retail, so why am I emphasizing this for recreating the vanilla experience? Are you going to level faster? No. You lose experience from being in a group. But you're going to create friends, maybe even join a guild, and shit's hard to kill in Classic WoW, if you don't remember that. Defias Pillagers especially, there's a lot of starting zone mobs that some classes almost can't 1v1. So just team up with a rando, make a group, friends, add them to their... Oh, I don't know if they're going to do Battle.net ID, but add them to your friends list, quest with them later. Try to do each dungeon once, at least. I would recommend just doing each dungeon once as you level up. Get all those quests together, go into a main city, maybe with a buddy, find those other 3 people, and run the instance. It's going to be fun. You're going to wipe, you're going to learn, you're going to hate the game, you're going to love it, but that's Classic WoW. So those are the five steps to recreating that experience. But, caveat, there's one thing you can't recreate, and that's like that childlike experience of playing an MMORPG for the first time. If this was your first. Maybe you played RuneScape or maybe EverQuest. But World of Warcraft felt like this whole other world. It was like a way to escape reality. You stepped into this new game and it felt huge. The community was huge, the world was huge, and you had so many choices. I mean, I was level 14 when I decided that I'm just gonna explore the world. Was that a bad idea? Yeah, I got nowhere, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game. So try to group... Wait, what was I even saying? Oh, this was a caveat. The caveat was just, you can't recreate the childlike mentality. But what can you do? You can not use a quest guide. You can read the quest text. You can avoid online materials. You can get some of the OG game helpers. And you can group up with friends and random people. So that's how McDonald, that's how you can recreate that vanilla experience. And I encourage everyone to give it a try when the game comes out. So, that's all I've got. Until next time, au revoir.